is. I'm pretty sure, but a skunk can aim at you using its anal gland shooting ability, kind of like Spider-Man, but out of its anal glands. 15 to 20 feet, something like that, with accuracy, standing on its head like a somersault.
And it still smells out there, doesn't it, honey?
Yeah.
And what did we have to do today, Chastity? Because our dog's unalived a skunk.
Take them to the vet and give them shots for rabies.
And why would you have to do that?
Because skunks in Kentucky are the #1 rabies carrier. So, what do you say? What do you say?
Say it again, Dad.
I said, that skunk had papers. You didn't check his papers. He didn't have no rabies.
He fooled me. Anyway, so that's what we were doing all day. Taking dogs to get rabies shots. And I'm going to show you what that's like. It's not fun. This is what it's like taking 4 Great Pyrenees to the vet.
They're so cute.
It's okay, Ozzy. It's okay, Sage. Sage trying to comfort it. Nope. Stay on the back.
Stay back here, man.
The second trip, we took Scout, the puppy, that's Anatolian mix in Great Pyrenees, and Lucy, and that was a nightmare. Lucy was fine. It was Scout. He was scared to death.
Yep.
Now we have Aslan and Sage. Sage is scared every time she turns around and rides a great big. As he's scared, he's just like, where's Sage at? Sage!
Right there. Sage.
Sage, look at Mama. Anyway, they're scared. We had to lift them into the car because they're not going to go in the car by themselves. And they weigh a lot.
Very heavy.
Very heavy dogs. 2 of us had a difficult time lifting Lucy and Scout into the car. And 2 of us had a difficult time lifting our smallest Great Pyrenees into the car. Now, Azzy, he went a little easier, which I'm grateful for, because normally we have to lift him. And I've had to do it by myself before, so I'm scared to death how it's going to go. So, anyway, we're headed to the vet, and Azzy drags his behind across the floor. I had to literally drag him the last time, so we'll see how that goes. Cassidy's happened to hold Sage. She was sitting on Azzy's head, trying to get up here in the front seat. Azzy is finally relaxed a little bit.
Laid back on Azzy.
We're almost to the vet.
Sage.
I don't know how well this is going to go with Azzy. I don't know how well it's going to go with Sage. You know, she's pretty good. Azzy, you okay, buddy?
Azzy.
So we'll see you at the vet.
Get that long wooden board. And
That little guy right there. That little guy right there jumped around and cried all the way there. Chastity had to ride in the back seat of the vehicle with Scout all the way to the vet, while Lucy Lou took up this seat. Now that the dogs are squared away, let's go in and see what Brad and Chastity have been doing inside the wood shop with the heater. Yeah, the heater. I know some of you are waiting for that heater to be installed. Well, let's go see what they're doing.
Sure can't even happen.
Okay, I know we've gone overboard than what most people do. But we're creating a little shelf and putting a ceramic tile down
And I'm putting a tile on top of that.
of the shelf. And then we're putting blocks, and then we're going to drill into the blocks so we can anchor the diesel heater to these blocks that are glued to this ceramic tile.
So in other words,
In other words, what?
We've got a backup plan on a backup plan on a backup plan on a backup plan, and
So there's no heat that's going to get to anywhere except for to us, and that's it.
and if anything gets burnt up, it's just dirt, dust, and debris.
For us. Here's our box. It's all glued together, screwed together, and we put it together.
Now, I'm thinking I should offset this a little, just a hair, so it's not on the wall, or should it, or
It doesn't matter.
doesn't matter too much? All right, so I'll push it forward.
Yeah, because there's not going to be a lot of heat there.
Okay.
The heat's going to go out the...
All right. I'm gonna do it a hair then off the wall, since that was already inset, and this is closer to that.
Besides that, that's not the wall side.
Yes, it is.
I wanted the other side, the wall side.
Oh, this is better to stick out than the... I mean, you could do it either way.
I just thought it looked pretty.
Well, now it's going to be really far out there, though.
Oh.
So I would definitely use this side against the wall.
Okay. Whatever.
And we'll paint it white. And then it won't matter. We'll do the landlord special.
Okay. So let me show you what he's done. He has actually screwed, this is glued to the shelf, this tile, the ceramic tile, and then he's got these two cement blocks that are glued to the ceramic tile, and then right here he's got these anchored into the cement blocks. And then the exhaust goes out in through the wall thimble. The heater hose is attached. And the fresh air intake is behind. Then over here, the cord, the box is actually going to go into this. So this box will go into this shelf, and we'll have a separate plug for it. But anyway, it is it comes with two just bare wires. You can attach it to car battery, whatever. We've got it attached to a power converter, inverter, whatever you want to call it. I don't know the technical names, but anyway. And this one is specifically for diesel heaters. I found it at Vivor or on Amazon or something, and then it just plugs in. And so that's a power source because it has a glow plug in it that, of course, the glow plug ignites the diesel. And then up here, there is a remote control and the panel. Now you can actually take that panel off and attach it to a wall. We thought about doing that. We may do it in the future, but because there is a remote control, we can just start it from the remote control. So, in the next video, I'll show you how well it works that I do about this. So, the next video I do about this diesel heater, I'll show you how well it works and tell you our opinion of it. So if you're wondering about our drainage system, it's still a work in progress. Look at my poor flower beds and my yard. We have a trench dug all along to the fence. We have this trench dug all around the parking lot.
Okay, we can turn the water back off again.
I did.
Okay.
And Brad's been digging underneath the sidewalk, but he accidentally got two pipes wedged together.
Yeah, it just didn't work like everybody explains it down in Florida. We don't have regular mud, it's clay. So we're trying to like hide dirt, dust, and debris underneath the sidewalk.
Now we also have this one that runs over in front of the garage. Remember our little 2x4 size drain? It's still a 2x4 size drain, but we have this big, what is it, 6x6 inch drain now over that runs out, and then down to the fence as well. So we have 2 drains going to the fence. We moved, Brad did, and Chastity. I thank him for it. This downspout that was over here, and it runs into that drain now. So all the water coming off the roof is going into this drain and down out towards the pond.
Any movement?
No movement. Nothing. Oh, it's moving a little bit, like a 1/8 of an inch every time you hit it. Now that was about a quarter. There's 1 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 inches. 1, 3, 4, 3. 3 1/4 inches. You made it.
Really?
No, you made it 3 1/4 inches.
On that whole thing?
On that whole thing.
Not bad.
And I want to show everybody something. This is our electric here and here that they used on this house. I told you the electric was bad in a previous video because this is not underground wire electric. So this is what this electric line goes to our garage, to our shop, across all the blacktop. Underneath all the blacktop to the shop. And the shop powers the cabin and the garage. So if this wire goes out, we're going to have to dig all the way around to the side of the house, out, and to the shop, which is going to suck.
How far did it come up? Was it coming up?
And redo the whole wire. We've had to redo all the others. We redid the cabin, we redid the garage, so they both go directly to the shop and not to the electrical box. But this one has to go to the electrical box. And I don't even think they use the right size wire, quite frankly. It looks pretty dang small, doesn't it, Brad? Okay, so they got this pipe out. Look at this muddy mess. It's just muddy. Are you having fun, Brad?
What's your famous words, babe?
What?
Dirt, dust, and debris.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm. And guess who got the pipe out?
Brad.
Me.
Yeah, right.
And I have mud on my camera. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, it's a muddy mess.
Yeah.
But if you don't laugh about it, you'd cry.
Yep.
Because we're going to have to do a whole lot of landscaping when this is all said and done. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come here. Come here.
I don't understand that cat.
I know. She'll just sit right there and she sits under the cars. Say that again.
Chastity got it, but I was the one hammering on the other side.
She keeps getting them. Poor Brad, he's had a toothache all day.
If I was a dentist, I would have made about $300 emergency tooth extraction.
It's looking so nice. So this drain's going to catch all the water that comes off of the pasture because it's all sloped downhill and comes directly here. It was coming to the garage, but now it'll come to this drain and go out. Are you happy the drain situation's getting taken care of, honey?
Yeah. It was a mess, I guess.
Huh?
It was a mess looking at it.
Yeah. Need a good rain now.